Hello everyone, welcome to course on Fluid Mechanics. I am D. Umabai, Teaching Associate at Polytechnic of Agriculture Engineering, Kalikiri. Today we will discuss about the topic is experimental method for hydraulic coefficients and discharge through rectangular orifice. Coming to hydraulic coefficient by experimental method. So, how the hydraulic coefficients are determined using the experimental way. So, this class mainly describe the experimental determination of hydraulic coefficients, where hydraulic coefficients, that is coefficient of contraction, coefficient of discharge, coefficient of velocity and coefficient of resistance. These four hydraulic coefficients are discussed previous class. So let's find out the experimental determination of hydraulic coefficients. So in these hydraulic coefficients, first we will see how to find out the coefficient of velocity. So coefficient of velocity is denoted by CV. In order to find out the coefficient of velocity, we have to take a measuring tank and first tank taken the container or vessel, from that the orifices situated at the side or bottom of the tank, and where the water supply will be there, so through the orifice liquid will be passing out. So we have to collect the liquid whatever coming out from the orifice in a measuring tank. In order to calculate the coefficient of velocity, okay, so now I am explaining the experimental method of hydraulic coefficients. Taken one measuring tank, this is the orifice will take, so from here and keeping the measuring tank, so whatever liquid will be there, so liquid will be passing out and following in the measuring tank. This is the point. So this is the point. So this do not follow a straight path. So until the measuring tank, they follow a trajectory path. So like this the flow will be there. So the point from orifice meter to the point, whatever the horizontal distance will be there, I will take it as a x. So this is the section CC, where section CC is nothing but the vena contracta will be occur. So this is the water supply tank, this is the tank or vessel, this is the measuring tank, this is the orifices fitted in one's bottom side, this is the vena contracta. So this is the water supply, and from center of the orifice till the water surface, here H is surface of the zero level. Let us, this is the x horizontal between CC and P. This is the y vertical distance between CC and P. V is the velocity of the jet, and H is the constant water head. Why I am telling constant water head? Means there will be continuous supply will the water, so head is constantly always. So now we calculating the horizontal distance x equal to v into t, then multiply t equal to x by v, and again vertical distance between CC and P is of gt square, where g is the gravitational acceleration, where in equation 1 multiply the equation 2 value. So 1 by 2 g into x by v whole square, let gx square by 2v square, where v equal to square root of gx square by 2y. This is the actual velocity. This equation is an parabola. It is thus obvious that the part of a jet also a parabola. We also know that the theoretical velocity of a particle, I already discussed about previous class, is classification of orifice meter. So theoretical velocity equal to square root of root 2gh, where coefficient of velocity cv equal to actual velocity by theoretical velocity. Actual velocity is gx square by 2y divided by root 2gh. Let x square by root 4yh equal to x by 4yh. This is the coefficient of velocity. Next, determination of coefficient of discharge. So coefficient of discharge is denoted by CD. In this, what we have to do? Actual discharge and theoretical discharge. Actual discharge, how you calculate actual discharge. So in order to calculate the actual discharge, we take a measuring tank will be through the orifice meter at constant head, and through the orifice meter water will be flowing out, and that water will be collected in a measuring tank. So in the measuring tank, actual velocity equal to area of measuring tank into head of the water level in the measuring tank by T. So theoretical discharge equal to area of orifice into theoretical velocity, where coefficient of discharge equal to coefficient of actual discharge by theoretical discharge equal to actual discharge by area of orifice into theoretical velocity. So is the coefficient of contraction. The measurement of area of coefficient of contraction. Now the coefficient of contraction may be found out by the measuring the actual area of the jet at vena contracta, and then by dividing the area of the jet. Mathematically, coefficient of contraction Cc equal to area of jet at vena contracta by area of orifice. This is the measuring of area of the jet at vena contracta is bit difficult, as it requires a lot of time and patience. So the coefficient, we can determine the coefficient of contraction from the following equation is Cc equal to Cd by Cv. Discharge through a rectangular orifice. Though there are many types of rectangular orifices, yet the following two types are important from the subject point of view. One is the small rectangular orifices, two is the large rectangular orifice. Where small rectangular orifice is head of water is taken more than 5 times. Greater than 5 times is the small rectangular orifice, and large rectangular orifice the head of water is less than the 5 times. It is the large rectangular orifice. So discharge, first one is discharge through a small rectangular orifice. An orifice is considered to be small if the head of water is more than 5 times the top of the orifice. Because whenever the diameter is, that means whenever the head is less, means that means the dia is more, that means orifice diameter is more, that why more amount of water will be flowing out the be less head available at the time. Orifice is the bigger one, that's why called as larger orifice. So this is the small rectangular orifice and large orifice. First of all, we will see the discharge for small rectangular orifice. So in case of the small orifice, due to the size is small, already the name itself it say the small rectangular orifice. Due to vast the velocity variation is negligible, that means they are almost in the standstill position, very less velocity will be there. That's why we calculate using the direct formula, that is actual discharge equal to CD into A into square root of root 2GH, where Q is the actual discharge, CD is the coefficient of discharge for the orifice, A is the cross-sectional area of the orifice, H is the height of the liquid above the center of the orifice, B is the width of the orifice, and D is the depth of the orifice. So actual velocity is nothing but what is the amount of discharge coming out. Next, coming to discharge through a large rectangular orifice, where in large rectangular orifice is considered to be large. So if the head of water is less than 5 times the height of the orifice, it will interesting to know that the width of the rectangular orifice has nothing to do with the type of the orifice. So in the large orifice, velocity variation will be there based upon the available head. So we have to take in account. So I know I am take large rectangular orifice in this diagram. It is a sharp edged almost, so there be a liquid level up to the, so through this water will be flowing out. So from the top of the orifice to the free surface water height will be h1. So from the bottom of the orifice to the free surface water even height will be h2. From the center to the top surface water is the taken as h. where in this diagram let now you consider rectangular orifice. In one side of tank discharge water as shown in figure. Let as H1 is the height of liquid above top edge of the orifice. H2 is the height of liquid above bottom edge of the orifice, where B is the breadth of the orifice, D is the depth of orifice. Depth of the orifice is a difference between height of liquid above the top edge of the orifice and height of liquid above bottom edge of the orifice, where CD is coefficient of discharge. Consider an elementary horizontal strip of the depth dH at a depth h below the free surface of the liquid in the tank is shown in figure, where area of strip is depth into horizontal strip thickness B into dH, where we know the theoretical velocity of through strip is square root of root 2gh, and discharge to elementary strip is given dq equal to coefficient of discharge into area of strip into velocity, where CD into area of strip, B into dH into velocity. Theoretical velocity is square root of root 2gh, where CD B into root 2gh dH. By integrating the above equation between the limits h1 and h2, where total discharge through the whole orifice may be found out by the integrating the above equation between h1 and h2, where h1 and h2 CD into B into square root of root 2gh dH, and CD and B root 2g integrating the h1 and h2 square root of dH, where CD into B into h square root of 2g. You are already known integrating h dH is h power h by n plus 1 by n plus 1. So h power 3 by 2 3 by 2 in for integrating the h1 and h2. So calculating the 2 by 3 CD into B into square root of root 2z into h2 minus 3 by 2 minus h1 minus h1 3 by 2. So actually find out the discharge through large rectangular orifice. Thank you.